What is up, you guys? My name is First One, and welcome to Reaction Time. Installment 54, Episode 3. We're moving right along. It's 3 days in, and we're moving on to another user recommendation from Quiz King. Also recommended, oh my god, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Not really saying this, but it's Alex Bale, Magic School Bus. And it says Doppelgänger Theory, so I'm hoping this is the right one. I do apologize, because this is going to be cut up to try and fit my normal, you know, at max about 20 minutes of reaction time video footage. It's a 30-minute video. My god, and I do apologize if some of it gets flagged or some of the audio is missing, because I'm probably going to mute some stuff or cut some stuff up in order to do stuff. So, no. He did it again. God, I hate it when he does that. God, why does it do that? Every time I full screen it. Anyway, so without further ado, there we go.
There's something about going back and rewatching old TV shows from your childhood that just fills you with this warm, nostalgic feeling.
Yes.
Even though you're older now and your tastes have changed, these shows can still connect with you in ways that nothing else can today. That's at least how I feel when I rewatch The Magic School Bus.
Bet.
A show before everything became cynical and edgy. A show that just wanted to teach people how the world works. But then you find something in that show that you don't remember. Something dark.
Janet, you want proof? I'll give you proof. Here's proof of what'll happen to you if you stay here with your stuff. Arnold! No!
Dead.
Huh. That's weird. I don't remember Arnold dying in the show.
I do.
And the more I rewatch, the more I realize how much I missed as a kid. And I knew I had to make my next theory about this.
I did remember that as one of my favorite scenes in all the shows, is when he did that. Granted, I learned that, you know, they pull him inside the school bus and end up thawing him out, and he lives, so he doesn't fully die. I think this is where the theory comes in. But I don't know, I'm going to shut up and let Alex talk about it.
The Magic School Bus is a culture of fear and lies, all to hide a massive secret. Trust me, this theory is just as dark or complex as any of my SpongeBob theories. This is the Magic School Bus Doppelgänger Theory.
Why did you shoot the pencil lead out of the regular pencil? No sponsors. I'm not sponsored, so you're not getting sponsored. Alright, hey guys, welcome back.
The Magic School Bus is an animated educational kids show that aired from 1994 to 1997 and later got rebooted on Netflix in 2017. It follows Miss Frizzle and her class of 4th grade students as they use the Magic School Bus to go on crazy field trips to places like outer space, inside the human body, and traveling back in time, all to learn about how the world works. Like a lot of you, I watched it in school growing up, but it wasn't until recently that I started to question some things about the show. Like, do the parents know that their kids are regularly going on these dangerous, life-threatening expeditions? And
probably
how
not.
is Arnold still alive after taking off his helmet in space?
Dead. See?
Thanks, Janet.
Oh, he just got a cold after being exposed to the freezing vacuum of space.
It's a cartoon, dude.
Something seems wrong here. But wait, before we even begin to question the logic...
Say it's a cartoon. Doesn't have to make sense, but I'm going to go with the theory anyway because I love shit like this, so I'll shut up.
Of the show, we have to ask if there's even anything here worth theorizing about. I get this comment all the time. It's just a kid's show. And you're right. When it comes to most kids...
I call it.
Begin to question the logic of the show, we have to ask if there's even anything here worth theorizing about. I get this comment all the time. It's just a kid's show. And you're right. When it comes to most kid shows, there's usually no internal logic to how or why things happen. And it would be pointless to try and make a theory about it. Except, here's the thing that sets the Magic School Bus apart from most kid shows. The show itself is constantly pointing out and questioning its own logic. It does this at the end of every episode during something called the producer segment. At the end of every episode, a character known as the producer for the Magic School Bus TV show shows up and answers questions from the fans.
Hello.
Hi, you work on the Magic School Bus show, right?
You bet, I'm the producer.
That's right. Just like SpongeBob, the Magic School Bus breaks the fourth wall and acknowledges the fact that it's a TV show. Except, the Magic School Bus does it in a very interesting way. At first, I thought this character was supposed to be an animated stand-in for the actual real-life producer of the show, but the producer doesn't talk about the show like it's animated. He talks about it like it's a live-action production.
How come there was only one kind of bat on your show? There are almost 1,000 different kinds, you know.
Well, those kind of bats were banned from the set.
In fact, everyone talks about it like it's a live-action TV show.
Is this the bakery where they filmed that Magic School Bus show?
Yes.
What we are seeing here is not the actual producer of the PBS animated Magic School Bus show. We are seeing a fictional producer character for an in-universe live-action TV show inside of the real-life animated Magic School Bus show. It's confusing, I know. Think of it like a mockumentary where the filmmakers are just as much a part of the story as the characters. So, just like my SpongeBob television theory, everything we see in the show is being filmed by in-universe cameras, and everything that happens is just scripted for the purposes of creating an educational live-action TV show.
Since when can a bus shrink and sprout legs like a bullfrog?
Since the scriptwriter wrote it in for the purposes of this episode.
You didn't believe the part where the kids got so close to the volcano.
It's television. We all know real kids don't go inside volcanoes.
And another thing, if an astronaut ever does make it to Pluto, she'd better not take her helmet off.
You think they'd end up with more than a cold, huh?
She'd end up a block of ice, or worse.
None of the characters actually go to space or travel through time. There's no real danger or magic involved. In the canon of the show, everything we see is fake. And this isn't even a Truman Show situation where the main characters are unaware they're being filmed. The kids actually sometimes show up or call in on the producer segment and talk as if they know about the show.
Watching that show, you'd think that nighttime lasted about 5 seconds.
Oh, well, we were a little short on time.
So, that pretty much answers every possible question I could have about this show, right? Like, anything weird or dark I find can just be explained away by it being scripted by the showrunners. And I almost gave up on making this theory because of that. Until I realized that's exactly what the Magic School Bus wants us to think.
Interesting.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
So, the Magic School Bus is supposed to be this infinitely powerful magical contraption, right? It can go anywhere, travel through time, and change itself or anyone else into just about anything. So, who's to say that the kids who get injured or killed don't just magically get brought back to life by the bus off screen? But after Arnold comes back from being frozen in space, he acts different. In the very next episode after he gets frozen, they keep calling attention to the fact that Arnold is acting weird for some reason.
You feel all right, Arnold?
It's sort of explained away in the episode, but it's weird how they keep bringing it up.
Miss Frizzle, I'd really love to go on a field trip, but I've got this weird feeling.
And before he was frozen, we heard him say this.
I wonder where we're going today. Inside a rotten log? Been there. To the bottom of the ocean? Done that.
He mentions how they've already been to the bottom of the ocean and inside of a rotten log. But they visit both of these places in future episodes, and Arnold never mentions the fact that they've already been there. In fact, no one does. It's like they don't even remember these past field trips. And this show does have continuity and a precedent for mentioning old field trips.
This looks familiar, kind of like when we were in your bloodstream, Ralphie. Remember?
There's something really strange going on with these kids, but for the longest time, I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I discovered something. Something so impossible and confusing that when I saw it, it honestly gave me chills. In episode 2, the Magic School Bus shrinks down and goes inside of Arnold to learn about the digestive system. But there's something inside of Arnold that made me question everything about this show. Something that I guarantee you wouldn't normally notice. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Let
hit
me
me.
play the clip for you.
Hit me with it.
Stopping it. It's where your food goes after you swallow. Miss Frizzle, what are you doing?
Did you see it? Let's slow it down a bit. How the fuck is Arnold
Wait a minute.
inside of Arnold?
Wait a minute.
He is the one person who absolutely cannot be in the bus right now. But there he is, sitting in the back. But the next time we see the back of the bus, he's gone. No way, this has to be some sort of really weird animation mistake, right? Except 25 seconds later, we see him again sitting in the back of the bus. How is Arnold inside of Arnold? Okay, maybe they just made the same mistake twice, right? Except this isn't even the only episode where this happens. In season 4, episode 2, the class learns about a chicken's life cycle and shrinks Arnold down inside of an egg to watch it hatch. While they're waiting for it to hatch, the rest of the class goes to talk to the principal in his office, without Arnold. Except for a single shot, we can see Arnold in the office, even though he's supposed to be inside of the egg. And just like last time, he immediately disappears as soon as we cut back to where he was standing. Who is this second Arnold who keeps appearing in places he shouldn't be? And that's when it all made sense. The Magic School Bus doesn't bring dead kids back to life. They replace them with identical clones. Or, how I like to call them, doppelgangers. It is no coincidence that this second Arnold showed up in the episode immediately after Arnold died in space. This is either the Space Arnold's body, or some sort of rogue doppelganger they lost track of, trying to blend in the back of class. But, wait a second. Can the Magic School Bus even create clones of living things? Like, it seems like the Magic School Bus can do anything, but we never actually see it duplicate or create something from scratch. It only ever changes things. It can turn a student into a fish, but it never creates a fish out of nothing. Trust me, I have looked everywhere in both this show and the reboot, and there is no evidence the bus can create life. But that's only because
I haven't seen the reboot yet.
Wrong place. Miss Frizzle's classroom is absolutely full of dioramas of human body parts. An eye, a foot, an ear, the human skeleton. But if you pay close attention to these background objects, you'll realize they're not dioramas. They constantly move and blink as if they're alive, and the only possible explanation is that they were created by the Magic School Bus. Meaning it is totally possible for the bus to grow these doppelgangers to replace the students. Every time a student dies on a field trip, they have the perfect solution to cover it up. But how often could they possibly need to do this? Yeah, the kids regularly put themselves in danger, but the closest we get to an on-screen death was Arnold taking off his helmet, and that's only one episode. Well, remember, the show itself is an unreliable narrator. They're obviously gonna cut out or recontextualize anything that could expose them. But I think they let an important clue slip in the very first episode. Remember, when Arnold came back from being frozen in space, he was sick, which seemed to carry over with how weird he was acting in the next episode. Maybe when a doppelganger is created, they come out very weak from the cloning process and have the symptoms of a sickness. Is it possible every time a character gets sick in the show, they've actually been recently replaced with a doppelganger? How else does the producer know details about Ralphie's specific sickness?
What were those kids doing visiting Ralphie when he was so sick and tired?
Oh, well, don't worry, he wasn't infectious.
And Ralphie not being infectious would make sense if it's not actually a sickness, but the symptoms of being a newly grown doppelganger. And the same episode Ralphie gets sick, the skeleton in the classroom has a completely different outfit from previous episodes, with a different tie and no sunglasses. Maybe the classroom skeleton is where they store the body of the last dead student. It even has very similar shoes to Ralphie's. But this goes far beyond just the occasional student getting replaced. I have found evidence of past field trips that went so horribly wrong that no student came back from them alive. In episode 4, they shrink down and take a field trip into the ocean. Eventually, they get fished out by a fishing woman who says this.
Nope. Already have a bus.
Look out!
Why would she have already fished up a miniature bus from the ocean? I mean, maybe it's like a toy or something, but that's not the only time something like this has happened. In Season 2, Episode 1, they explore an underwater volcano and briefly pass by a random sunken ship. Except, if you look closely, it has a figurehead of Miss Frizzle on the front of the ship. Why on earth would a random ship at the bottom of the ocean have this? Well, it looks a lot like when the Magic School Bus turned into a boat in Season 4, Episode 13, and had a figurehead of Liz, the class pet. These are the wreckages of past failed field trips where nobody returned alive. There have been countless children who have died on these field trips, but why? What is the point of all this? Who's really running the show here, and what is the true identity of Miss Frizzle? And that's the Magic School Bus doppelganger theory. Okay, bye.
That was really cool. I actually probably kept that whole fucking video. My theory is Miss Frizzle's a demon. which is also why that picture looked kind of jacked up, is because it was magically altered or something like that. I don't know. My theory is Miss Frizzle's a demon, and everyone's scared of her because she's a demon. I don't know. I like the show. I still like the show. I didn't even know about the Netflix reboot. I'm gonna check that out as soon as I can. That looks dope as hell. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. This episode was a lot longer than I was expecting it to be. If I did find some spots to cut it, I do apologize if some spots don't really make sense. I don't know. But either way, that was really cool. That was a really cool theory. If you guys want to go, if I did cut it up, go. If you guys want to go see the whole theory, feel free to do so in the description down below. Keep those suggestions coming, because I'll keep on adding them to the list, and we'll keep on trucking. That being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. And peace. What's up?